Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. Today is going to be a fun one, or a crazy one, or a complete mess of chaos. Who knows? If you are brand new, Cindy's Kitchen is a cooking community. We sit and chitty chat, we have fun, we share recipes, we share lives. And so not just your basic cooking show. Be ready to buckle up and sit around your dining room table or your kitchen cabinet or wherever you are and have some fun. Make sure you say hello because it's a community, not a cooking show, right? Good morning, Susan. Hey, Etta. Hello, Jessica. There's 12 of you on and no one has said hello. And there's Mary Beth. You know what? I'm going to get my hold on. I'm going to get my iPad just in case one of you has said hello and yet, oh, nope, there it is. Julie says good morning. So the comments are working. Good morning, Julie from Northwest Houston. Charlene, is it Charlene? Yes. Good morning, good to see you. Terry, oh, I have something to tell you, Terry. So I'll remember to do that. Vicki Ann from Wisconsin, good morning. Ann. Hello from the UK. Denise, good morning. Mary Beth. Well, thank you that I look great. It's a little crazy in this house right now. Good morning, Lori. Good to see you. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna blurt it all out there because I said cooking amidst the construction. We were almost done. We were almost there. But the sink, we have double sinks in our bathroom. Good morning, Mom. Hey, Joanne. Good morning, sunshine. We have double sinks in our bathroom. And so Philip's sink has needed replacing since forever. And so it's really bad now. And the sink is attached to the countertop because my house was built in the early 80s. Good morning, Gail. Oh, it's sunny in Chicagoland. That's good. My house was built in the early 80s, and so a lot of things in this house are original, it's never been touched. And one of those things is in the master bathroom, the countertop and the sinks. And so they were built so the sinks are attached to the countertops. It's not like two separate things, it's all one part. So if you replace a sink because it's about to corrode through, you have to replace all of it. So there you have it. Good morning, Lisa. Hey, Terry. Okay, well, and here's the thing. So my contractor sent me a text yesterday and said that the guy for the countertops would be here at 11 today. And so I'm like, but that's when we do the show. And so I was like, okay, well, that's all right. So I thought, well, I'll just bump it up and do it at 9:30. That'll be fine, right? You guys wouldn't mind that I did it a little early. Do you mind? Thought I would miss because, well, I'm trying, Janet. I really am. Good morning, Judy. But then the other guy, so I didn't think logically, because the other guys showed up because they have to do the construction, the demolition. They have to take the old one off and take the old sinks out and all of that. So there's noise. Every time they walk through the house, the dogs bark. So you might hear banging or singing. Pedro loves to sing. He has a lovely little voice and he whistles. But anyway, so you could hear that. Every time Pedro and Alvaro walk through, the dogs, all of them bark. Rah, 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 rah. So it's all crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, this is better. This is a better time for everybody. Oh my gosh. I always thought 11 because that's kind of smack dab between East Coast and West Coast, but there you go. Hey, Esther, good morning. Okay, and Judy, good to see you. I had planned a very because since I knew it was going to be 9:30, kind of a down and dirty, really quick, easy peasy recipe. But then I decided just to go with it. So we're still doing 2, but there you go. All right, so shall we get started? I'm at a different spot today. Again, stove, but the light is a little bright, so I don't know. I hope you can see everything. There's a shadow right here. Oh. All right, let us raise our coffee cups, shall we? Raise your mugs. Let us do our coffee clinks. Clink. Cheers. Oh, Gail was happy because she's going to the nursery for plants today. Gail, speaking of plants, I wanted to show you my harvest. Okay, so these are called fairy tale eggplants, okay? And so I'm gonna show you, this is my, some of you have not, works well. Let me see what else Julie said, because I can't see that. Waiting on the flooring, guys. See, you're just like I am. Hey, Jen, good morning. Look at this. These are fairy tale eggplants, can you tell? And this is my harvest so far. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 8. They're very small. You would think you need to let them keep growing, but actually this is the correct size. Good morning, Diane from West Michigan. Aren't they cute? Anyway, I bought the plants not really knowing what to expect because I liked the name, fairy tale eggplants. Who doesn't like fairy tale? I've never grown eggplant before. So these are cute. I like these. I do like Japanese eggplants better than the big ones. Anne calls these aubergines, I do believe. Good morning, Darlene. Anne, isn't that correct? In the UK, these are known as aubergines, I believe. Aubergines. We're calling them fairy tale eggplant. I guess she would call them a fairy tale aubergine. So there you go. Hey, Allison. Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to start with these because I need them to marinate just a little bit. Knife. Let me get my knife. All right, so these look like a regular eggplant. So there's where it was growing from, the little stem. That started out as a pretty little yellow and purple flower. And then from that, it went like a fairy tale garden, right? Aubergine. Okay, good morning, Lydia. Good to see you. So I'm going to push back and down, tilt down, and so you can see the cutting board. Hey, Jan, good morning. Now, well, not this knife. I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Let me see. I'm actually going to use the bread knife. All right, so I'm going to cut these in like coins just because they're so small. Now, I know that a lot of you have cooked with, how many of those plants do you have? I only have 2 because, again, I'd never grown eggplant before, and so I wasn't certain how it would go. So it was just kind of like a trial. Come back here. So you see the size I'm cutting them? There you go. I also bought, I've never grown tomatillas before, and so I bought 3 tomatilla plants. Hello, Everett. Good to see you. I have, it's tall. Hey, Kathy, good morning. They're tall and they have flowers everywhere, but so far, nada. Not a tomatilla in sight. Has anybody grown tomatillas so that you know what I'm supposed to be looking for? Heather Lynn, good morning. Because I don't know, and I'm getting a little nervous. Only because we've already had several cherry tomatoes, because we did cherry tomatoes. Hey, Deborah. We have these green tigers. So here's the first. You know it's ready if you barely touch it and it falls off. So this is a green tiger. You see the stripes on there? So this one fell off. It's ready to eat. What? Zebra. I'm sorry, green zebra, not a green tiger. That would be wrong. Anyhow, oh, did you want to see what these look like inside? They look just like, can you see the little seeds? They look just like a regular eggplant would be inside. They grow when it gets hot. Well, it's hot, Terry. We have had to water, we water every day because, you know, Houston and all. But we've got a lot of tomatoes already. A couple that are ready, almost ready to pick. We have one called a mortgage lifter, and it is huge. Like, it is huge. But it hasn't changed colors yet, and it's supposed to be red. It's still green, but huge. And then, and several of those are good sizes. Then we have one called a Cherokee purple or purple Cherokee, I can't remember. And those are going pretty good as well. And then of course we just have our regular old, we have some like cherry tomatoes and stuff like that. I'm a big tomato fan and we'll eat them all summer long. Jessica is too. Philip will eat them, though not overwhelmed by them. My youngest daughter can't stand tomatoes, and in fact, if tomato touches anything, she will not eat it. Yeah, right? And let's see. My oldest daughter, who doesn't live here right now, she loves tomatoes. Hello, Antoinette. And maybe that's right, because when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, that was the thing, tomatoes. But they had to be from a farm stand, farmer's market, something like that. They couldn't be from the grocery store, because there's a difference, right? There's a difference. And oh, here goes the dogs. See? The dogs are barking. We're just going to have to put up with this because, people walking in and out and all the way through. Okay, I'm on my last one because we had 8 of these. And you'd think they were so small, I still have the heat on. I want summer so bad, Joanne. Oh, well. Antoinette, good to see you. If you haven't said good morning yet, please say good morning. I like to see who's on. You don't have to say you cook or that you promise to make anything. You can just be here. All right, so here's all of my eggplant. I'm gonna take a bowl and I'm going to make my marinade. Now you could make a homemade teriyaki marinade by using soy sauce and mirin and ground ginger and garlic and that kind of stuff. I'm being lazy. I'm just buying the thing that says teriyaki sauce, marinade and sauce. So there we go. Kathy, good morning. Now we need to cover these, and the only thing I'm telling you is the only thing I'm gonna add is just a smidge more brown sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. Teriyaki sauce has sugar in it, but I just want it a little sweeter since I'm not making it from scratch. All right, so we're popping this open. We're gonna have to have enough teriyaki sauce to cover all of our eggplant. And so I'm gonna say we're gonna need at least a cup, okay? So I'm just keep squirting. There we go. All right, and the only thing I'm gonna give it a stir is because, I already said hello, Heather Lynn. Because I just wanna make sure that brown sugar gets stirred up at the bottom. Jamie, hello, good to see you. All right, so there we go. And I'm just gonna dump all of our cutesy fairy tale eggplant into this marinade. Again, we could do this all from scratch, but we are not. Okay, so in the bowl, push down, use your little spoon or your fingers or your hands. You just wanna make sure these are in the marinade. So just to double check that, you know what I'm gonna do? Because normally they kind of float. So here's what I'm gonna do. I would say normally this needs to marinate for at least 20 minutes. I don't know that I'm gonna marinate them for the full 20 minutes, but I want them submerged. So hold on one second, I'm gonna get something. Hold on, I'll be right back. Stay there, I'm almost there. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna see if this goes all the way in. It does not, it sits on top. So this is too small. Maybe I'm just gonna do this. There you go. I'm just gonna put a bowl on top of that to kind of push them down in. See what I did? So that they're pushed down in the liquid. All right, and I'm gonna set this aside. You could put it in the refrigerator, you could do whatever, but again, 20 minutes. Actually, you know what else I'm gonna do is, there's one on the knife. I also have these from my garden. These are 2 banana peppers. And just to make things a little yaya, I'm gonna slice these up too. Because don't you think these would be lovely? And look how pretty. Look at the little circles. Yay. So I'm gonna do one of these. I don't want to get do I want the seeds? Nah. We'll go halfway up. Woo! It's been kind of quiet so far, but any minute now. So we had to go yesterday and buy some more tomato cages. I love banana peppers too. I really love pepperoncini. Don't you guys love that? We had to go buy more tomato cages. All right, this will go in my soup pot, but there we go. Because the tomatoes are getting, it's a container garden, and they're kind of getting out, over their containers. But, what am I gonna do? All right, so there we go. I'm gonna go ahead, just so that everybody has the same flavor. I'm gonna take this off a second, and I'm gonna dump my banana peppers in my marinade as well, so that everybody has a good flavor. Okay, there we go. Now, we need to let that marinade. You wanna shop in my garden. Aw, eat straight from the jar, I know, right? All right, so whilst that happens, I'm gonna go ahead and cook our main dish. This is not gonna be like the recipe. This was just from my garden, and so because you guys have been along with me, but when I planted and all of that, I just kind of wanted to share what I was doing with my first harvest. Hello, Michelle, good to see you. All right, so we're gonna need a big pot. Big pot, ta and da. And so this is a salsa chicken and rice. Down and dirty, very quick. Like if you're in a hurry and you need something, this is a great meal. Doesn't have any vegetables in it. You could add vegetables, but I'm not, because I want my youngest child to eat this. So there we go. Hello, Kathy. All right, so here's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need 1.5 cups of water. We're gonna need 1.5 cups of salsa, any kind that you like, okay? Mild, hot, spicy, medium, chunky, whatever. Hello, Lawanda, good to see you. We're gonna need chicken. Now, this is like 2 cups of chicken. And this is what we had left from chicken the other night. And so we just pulled it off the bone, see? You could use canned chicken. You could use frozen chicken. You can cook your chicken whilst. I don't know, it's just fun, whilst. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna need our chicken. We're gonna need instant rice. I know some of you roll your eyes at me and say, instant rice, but that's it. And we're gonna need some cheese, the shredded cheese. You can shred your own. This is just a Mexican style blend. Something else. Would you guys do me a favor? If you know how. My mom has told me, now my mother is new to social media, Facebook, and quite frankly, a smartphone. But her Facebook page was set up so, and Cindy's Kitchen, and the notification was turned on. But for whatever reason, and it wasn't like she turned it off, her notification got turned off because she wasn't getting notifications. So could you do me a favor? One, tell me, did you get a notification that I started? And if your answer is no, could you check your notifications and make sure the notification is turned on so that when I go live, you know? Would you do that favor for me? But let me know if you got a notification or you did not. That would be helpful for me. All right, so our big pot, see? Big, sparkly, purple pot. Ta-da! I haven't said it yet. You guys are waiting for me to say it, but I haven't said it yet. All right, so here's what we need. We need 1.5 cups of water in here. And then we're gonna put in 1.5 cups of salsa. You're gonna be amazed at how quick this is. Kathy got one. Hey, Vicki Ann. Okay, 1.5 cups. I should use the other cup. You did today, but you don't always. See, I don't understand that. Okay, 1.5 cups of salsa, any kind. Esther got one. Janet did. Luan. Okay, well, oh, there go the dogs again. Dogs. So Gail did. So people, I have to tell you, the dogs, I just don't know what to do with the dogs. If you don't have salsa, because my daughter said this to me, how come we don't just, we've got Rotel, why don't we just use Rotel? You certainly could do that. And I have to tell you, when I was single and living by myself, if I didn't have any salsa and I really wanted chips and salsa, what I would do is I would take the can of Rotel and I would drain it. And then I would put it in my food processor. I had one of those little handy choppers. Oh, Mom, you got one this morning. Okay, well, there you go. And then I would puree it. So the can of Rotel drained, puree it. Then I would put it in a bowl and stick it in the microwave and heat it up. And I would have, I mean, really, it's a great salsa just by itself. If you want to knock it up a notch, putting a little cumin in there as you're zhuzhing it together or heating it, that kind of gives you 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Anyway, easy if you don't have any. All right, so we have a 1.5 cups of water and 1.5 cups of salsa, and we're gonna bring this to a boil, okay? Because you know when you're making instant rice, that's what you gotta do, to a boil. So there you go. I have to have another sip of coffee. Hello. While you did, her Facebook must have updated. She needs to go to the page and check under. Yes, Lori, we know, but I'm going to wait until either my sister or my niece sees my mother and can do it for her. She, you know, mom's not overly jazzed about, you know, all the stuff she's having to learn. While that's going on, I am going to cut up 2 green onions. Some people call these spring onions. I just have always called them green onions. So there you go. I'm going to chop off this much. Now, do you remember, so you see there's a little root bed. I know I've said this to you before, but you know I'm all about getting the most out of everything. If you just get a little cup of water and put these in the cup of water, you'll have 2 new green onions. Cool, 2 for the price of 1. There we go. So, I don't like that knife for chopping, so I'm gonna get the big one. Oh, almost to a boil. So I'm gonna chop this up because we are going to use these green onions. You know what? I might actually, did 2. I think I'm gonna do 2 more. And we'll use them in both dishes. How about that? Can you tell I really plan ahead? No. All right, so we'll use a little bit for 1 dish, and I'll get 2 more out. These are getting a little not great. Suzanne, good to see you. All right, so again, see how I'm cutting them off like this? And then this is just gonna go in a cup of water. And then we'll have, poof, we'll have new green onions. Very exciting, right? Grocery prices are, I take the green onion and plant them right back in the garden. Michelle, I might try that instead. It's just, I don't know, you stick it in a cup of water and poof, I got it. But you know what? We're gonna try that, Michelle. I've got enough pots out there, so we're gonna do that. How far apart do you plant them? Couple inches, 2 inches, is that enough? Inch apart? Okay, there we go. So I have 4 green onions, half and half, there we go. All right, this is boiling. Boiling! Oh, you do too, Terry. You plant them or you put them in water? I don't know. Okay, so now we're gonna add our rice. We're gonna need 2 cups, I do believe. Is that what my thing is? Yes, 2 cups of instant rice. Now, I know that some of you may be rolling your eyes at me about the whole instant rice thing. I'm gonna do it over the pot so I don't make a mess. 1, and because I'm so short. Oh, 2, see, like I over poured. But this is a quick and easy meal, okay? So we're zippy. I'm gonna go ahead and put in this green onion, these 2 green onions that I put in there, because that'll be lovely. You know what? I may go get some fresh cilantro too. All right, so we got that in there, and then our chicken. the 2 cups of chicken. Oh, you plant them. Okay, so it's just torn up chicken. So we're gonna dump that in there. It's boiling. Whoa! Let's just throw things, shall we? Let's just throw it. All right, so we're gonna give it a stir just to make sure everything, so that's cooked chicken. Don't use raw chicken, obviously. This is leftover chicken. So we're gonna give that a stir. Once it's all incorporated, let me just show it to you, all incorporated. Look at that. Ta and da, can you see? All right, now we're gonna turn the fire off and put the lid on. And in 5 minutes, we eat, right? How cool is that? All right, making a mess here today. You guys should chuckle, right? Cindy's making a big old mess. Whoo! All right, so let's get our eggplant going. If you're using Japanese eggplant. Now, if you're using regular eggplant, you know, like the big ones, you need to cut them up in smaller chunks, right? If you're using the Japanese eggplant, you know, that's fine. The little fairy tale ones were little tiny. So I have this, another purple sparkly pan, but you do want this really, really hot. So I'm gonna turn this on, really, really hot. I'm not putting any oil in it. Really, Cindy? No oil? No, because I remember there's brown sugar and teriyaki in here, and I really want this to caramelize a little bit. I want it to have not a burnt taste. We don't want to burn it, but we want to sear it and lock in all those flavors. And then what we're going to do is, as the juice kind of cooks away, we'll add a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do with our Beaumont, Texas. Hello, Tommy. Well, you're not too far from me. I'm in Houston. I almost moved to Beaumont once. I couldn't decide between 2 jobs, but I took the job in Galveston instead of Beaumont. So anyway. All right, so here is my marinated. I just put this bowl on there to keep them down in the marinade. Again, if I were doing this with all the time in the world, I would probably let them marinate about 20 minutes. Just because you want flavor all in there, but it'll be fine. It's all good. All right, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, this. I'm gonna take this little spider. This is a little different than the other one I usually use. And I'm gonna scoop these out once this is way hot. So it's kind of like when you make steaks. You know that to get a really good steak, of course I usually do my steak in a cast iron skillet if I'm not doing it on the grill. If you do it in the cast iron skillet, I don't put any oil in there at all. I put it on there and just let it on high and let it get smoking hot. And then when it's smoking hot and my steaks are room temperature, not straight out of the refrigerator, room temperature and seasoned, then I throw them on there. And there's this lovely, oh my gosh, lovely smell, lovely sound, and that gets you a good sear on there. It's good, it's good. All right. I was gonna say something, and I'm having a COVID moment. Do you have COVID, brain? I never had COVID. I had the COVID vaccine, but I never had COVID. It seems after a year and a half of kind of being locked up, could just be me getting old, right? That I'm a little yah-yah. Okay, pretty hot. So here we go. You ready? Let's listen. Okay, so again, I'm scooping these out. They've got the marinade on them, and we're gonna dump them in here, okay? Ooh, did you hear it? All right, so let me get them all out of there. Come on, babies. Come on. Once upon a time. Maybe that's what I need to say to them. Once upon a time. Oh, yay. Now, I'm not adding salt, right? Because it's teriyaki sauce. So there's a lot of salt in there, so I don't really need to do that. Okay? You see in there? Look at that. All right, so we're going to leave it on there and kind of let it get a little crust. Oh, Terry. This is what I wanted to show you, Terry. Look what I bought yesterday. I know it's backwards. That's the other thing with Facebook. Remember, like 2 weeks ago, I'm funny. Well, yeah, I am that. Your comments weren't showing up, and so I had to use my iPad. Well, now, I don't know why, but I always used to, when I come on Facebook, there's this little wand. You missed, their little fairy tale eggplant that I grew in the garden that have just been marinated in teriyaki sauce. You did this little wand. See? Nope, not there. And once you hit the wand, there was like a wrench and a hammer that were crossed, or a wrench and a screwdriver. And so if you clicked on that, then you could flip it so that instead of saying Sid, Nick, whatever, it said actually Cindy's Kitchen. But that's gone. I can press the little wand, but that's it. Let me see what else. More away. No. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. So everything's backwards now. Anyway, Terry, so I went and actually finally found some ghee, and which is clarified butter. I haven't used it yet. It does look really weird, but I'm excited. And it was only $4, maybe $5, which was better than the $13 it was at my grocery store. I got this at Aldi's. So Terry, if I'm going to use this for the first time, what would you recommend that I use this for? Because, very first time that I've ever used it. Okay. Oh, look at that. All right, so we're gonna add just a little bit more of the teriyaki sauce. Okay, because, oops, making a mess again. We're gonna give that a stir. Look at that. Again, we're gonna cook it until the teriyaki sauce kind of cooks out of it. And then we'll add a little bit more, okay? Ooh, ooh. Or I could go, la, 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 right? There you go. I probably won't use all this teriyaki sauce because they're so small, they're gonna cook really quickly, all right? I'm going to, we already chopped up our onions, so that's good. We're gonna put spring onions on this, and then the other thing I'm gonna do is top it with some sesame seeds, all right? I did go ahead and make any time you want butter flavor, but butter will burn. Okay, but give me an idea, like what would be your favorite dish to make with it? Good morning, Brenda. I did go ahead and just make a pot of rice so that we would have something. Look at that, There we go. I'm really just they are so thin. Didn't know there was different eggplant. Heather, yes, so the big ones, those big ones, I don't know what their big ones are called, but big old eggplants, right? That are purple, right? That are about yay big around. Then there's the skinny ones, and those are called Japanese eggplant, right? They're very thin. These that I did were called fairy tale eggplant, and I grew these outside, and they only grow to be about, 4 to 6 inches long. That's it. And then you use them. See how little this is the lid. This is the lid, the hat that went on the little thing. All right. Oh, look at that. It smells delightful. Now, the other thing you might want to add to this once this is done is edamame. You could use like peas. Peas would be fine. But I'm thinking edamame would be really good in it. Use it for sauces, chicken, fish, eggs. So use it for everything. You can add a little sesame oil to the eggplant for a little more flavor.
Yes, we have.
I have that right somewhere above me. All right, a little sesame oil, pure sesame oil. We'll add a little sesame oil. How about that? Okay, just a smidge. Just a smidge. Thank you, Antoinette. Because you know what? This is what we do. We share recipes. That did change the smell just a wee tad. Oh, okay. All of our sauce is out of there, so I'm going to pour in just a little bit more. And I think this will be the last time I do that. Oh, okay, the sesame added a whole different layer of yumminess. All right, so I'm gonna move this over here. I got this. Oh, you know what? let's just go ahead. Made a big mess. I have mess everywhere. Look at me, mess everywhere. Mess, mess, mess. Use it like any oil, okay? Hello, Geraldine and Linda. All right, I'm gonna turn this off. That's pretty done. And we're gonna plate up everything. You ready to plate up oh, no, you're not. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me move this just a wee tad. And I'm gonna put this here. I could get a pot holder, but they're down there. All right, so this was our salsa chicken and rice. Look, it's done. How cool is that? But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take about a cup and a half of cheese, okay? And put that in there. How much is this? Oh, let's just do the whole thing. It's 8 ounces, so there you go. Cup and a half of cheese. We're gonna take our big spoon, our big wooden spoon, give it a toss. So we've mixed it all together. Mmm, yum! And it's all, all right. I'm gonna set this back over here with the lid on it, just like a cup, 30 seconds, just so all the cheese gets yummy. All right, here we go. Let us do this. Here, I have plain old white rice. Plain old white rice, okay? I'm gonna fluff and stir. Flick and swish. Remember flick and swish? Flick and swish. All right, so I'm gonna put some rice in the bottom of our bowl. I'm gonna take our eggplant. Look at that. Look, 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 look. Now I know it looks like there's a jalapeno down in there, but really that was that banana pepper that we grew, okay? So I'm gonna pour some of this on top of my rice. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, look at that, which would be beautiful, but we're gonna put some green onions on top or spring onions on top. And then the last thing we're gonna do, even though we did use the sesame oil, we're gonna take some sesame seeds and we're gonna do a little sprinkle on the top of here. Oh, so lovely. Delightful. Delightful, I say. All right. So there it is, dish one. Okay, we're gonna taste it in just a moment. But before we do that, we're gonna get another bowl and we're gonna dish up. Oh, look at the cheese. Can you see? Oh, you can't see it. Oh, too bad. I've made a mess. Let me just. Oh, okay. Look, I made a big mess. Today is Cindy Messy Day. Look, the cheese is everywhere. Okay, hold on. We'll be nice and tidy. Look at that. We'll do this. Nice and tidy. Now, this is lovely, but here's what I think we need to do. I think we need to get a handful of cilantro, don't you think? Yes, yes. Unless you're one of those who your taste buds, you taste soap with cilantro. If that's the case, you could use parsley. You could use some more green onions or nothing at all. And nothing at all, nothing at all. Okay, there we go. Ta and da. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, so here we go. Time to taste. I'm gonna taste the Mexican one first. All right, so if you remember, this was a cup and a half of water, a cup and a half of salsa brought to a boil. And then we added 2 cups of instant rice, 2 cups of pre-cooked shredded or diced chicken. And then we also added some green onion. Yum. Once that came to a boil, we put the lid on it, let it sit there for 5 minutes. Then we opened the lid, we put in a cup of cheese, shredded cheddar cheese, and there you go. Well, Terry, it's a taste bud thing. And there are people that when they taste cilantro, it tastes like soap. So it's not like, you know, oh, look at the cheese. Okay, ready? It's very hot. Quick and easy. So literally, you could have dinner inside 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Pretty good deal, huh? All right. here's the big thing. How will our eggplant taste? I don't know, I'm scary. I'm gonna get one of those little peppers too. All right, so here we go. Little pepper, little onion, little rice. There we go, here we go. I know you're gonna ask me, what does it taste like? And quite frankly, it tastes like teriyaki. But you know how when you're eating teriyaki chicken or teriyaki beef or whatever it is, you can't really tell you're eating eggplant. You know, it's not like you're going, oh, that's eggplant, right? It just tastes like a lovely teriyaki dish. So good. Perfect bite, that's right. I'm glad, was it Antoinette, told me to add the sesame oil. I think that was good. Sesame seeds on top, green onions, quite delightful. Very lovely. Well, that's it for today. I need a drink. Not that kind of drink, this kind of drink. I hope you guys had a lovely day. Actually, it was kind of quiet. I really expected we'd hear a lot more banging and hunting and things like that. Yes, Vicki Ann, it does. And this is quite delightful. It really is. Like I said, I think if you added edamame in here, that would give lend a nice freshness to it with a crunch. And so then that would add more texture to it. So that might be a good thing. Or peas, that would be nice. So what am I gonna do with the other chopped onion? Oh, well, I put the chopped onion on top of here. So, but I still have all this left. So I'm gonna put the chopped onion on top of the next dish that I make with that. So that's what I'm gonna do. And the same with the rest of the cilantro. I got lucky with the quiet. I did. The dogs just went off a couple of times. So, so that's today's show. I really appreciate you guys being so patient and coming on early with me. It is difficult to do it at 9:30 just because even though I get up at 6:30, by the time you get up and shower and get ready and then all the other stuff and you know, there's a lot of prep that goes in all this. So there you go. Because I made them hungry. They'll come in. I have known, so the guys that are working on the house, they did the original construction when we bought this house in 2007. So that's how long I've known them. So yes, they will eat later. So you guys have an awesome day. And I hope you enjoyed our salsa chicken and rice. And just because my little fairy tale eggplant, teriyaki fairy tale eggplant. So anyway, from my kitchen to yours, may all of your meals be quick, easy, and most importantly, yummy. I will see you guys on Saturday. I hope. You guys have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.